take the chance and roll the dice.
They're not. They want to get away. They don't want to bite you that much. It seems like so.
They're just like, leave me alone, buddy.
All great news, and I felt a lot better after watching that. But wait, you say, there's another 30 minutes left to this video.
Oh no.
So then it started going into like anecdotes, and the absolute worst one, and this is where I had to turn it off because my skin started to crawl, was there was a house in like Kansas where the family had been living there for 6 years, and they realized that they had a recluse infestation. But it had been a family, and they lived there for 6 years, and they knew they had spiders. They didn't know what they were, but nobody ever got bit. Like that's how non-aggressive they are. Like they lived there for 6 years with the spiders. No, everyone was fine. But they finally realized what they were and decided to call someone. And instead of doing like an extreme extermination campaign, I guess they got a bunch of researchers to come in and take samples.
Oh, like you do.
Like you do. And it was some terrible number. Like they collected 700 that were alive and killed 1,000 more. And over the course of 2 years, they found like over 2,000 spiders in this house.
Oh God, no, not okay.
And I was like, well, that's great. I'm glad they're okay. I'm glad a lot of research was done and they got a bunch of live samples, but I'm turning this video off.
I'm done now. Please and thank you.
How do you not notice when your house has 2,000 spiders in it for 6 years?
Is this the House of Spiders, George? Like...
It's the outlier house.
Oh, that's where Spiders George lives. Okay.
Oh, he lives in Kansas. Now we know.
Yeah, just in case anyone ever needs to, no, thank you.
Well,
I am not, liking the fact that these guys can, seemingly self-replicate. We've been on this one, fight through your entire Spiders story thus far.
Oh. Damn, I need more spider stories.
You do.
So we finally found something we can't one-shot.
We did. Oh, great. Let's just revive him. He has a thing that, like, restores him even when he's dead, and it's like, oh, but you can't actually use it when dead. It's like, but... No fair! But I want to use it while dead. Like, that's the whole point of it. Why would you need a thing
that revives you if you're not dead?
Well, why would you have a skill that revives you when dead if you can't use it when dead? So...
Yes.
And she's dead again. And he's not dead, but might be. Okay, so I'm just gonna... Here, even when he's about to die, and then he will be able to not die. Here, wake her up. Oh, he died. Who saw that funny?
Well, this has been some thrilling content.
I mean, we completed a race, right?
Hooray! We drove in circles. Are you familiar with the work of Midge Hedberg?
No, please expand upon that.
He was a very popular stand-up comedian in the early 2000s. He unfortunately died very young, something like 37 or 38, probably drug-related.
Okay.
Even though I think his wife denied it, it seemed very likely to be the case. But he did a couple stand-up specials that were pretty good. And one of them was basically I want to be a race car passenger.
Okay.
And, you know, dumb observational stuff like, man, you really like turning left. And gee, you really like Tide. But, I mean, his delivery is much better than mine will ever be. And I do recommend watching his stuff. I'm sure that it is more or less free on YouTube, maybe even from Comedy Central themselves.
I need a reason. Ooh, ouch.
I'm letting them kill us because...
Yeah.
Cody, not useful.
Yeah!
Oh, but at least we got a nap.
We did get a nap, and she's making us fresh coffee. Now, anyways, we're going to bring back someone who can actually do something. So let's, I don't know, let's bring in our...
How can I help?
There we go.
The handyman, let's go.
Yeah, although if we have to find out how to exit here, that's going to be really bad, because we have no mini-map. And that's a group of 3 of them. So...
This is a very good simulation of what it feels like to be on the internet.
Seriously.
Help, I can't get out and everything is trying to kill me.
Okay, so the question now is where... Okay, we entered here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can leave if we need to.
Okay.
I think that's our... I think we have to go through these 3. I really don't want to, but...
It seems very likely.
Good luck.
I mean, why else would you put 3 mobs there? That's called game design.
I don't like it.
Oh, so close.
Don't like how that's going. How rude!
Wow. Yeah, they just hit so hard.
Yeah, it's really... This is kind of why I don't like the sort of JRPG style of gameplay. Like, I understand it's fine, but I super don't like the I'm over leveled for where I'm at, but I have to keep grinding here because everything in the next area is killing me.
Yeah, I think we're just... Oh, hold on. We can change... Yeah, restart the battle and regroup. Let's swap our party members. I am going to say that we need brother.
Let's do this.
Because he's just higher level. Like, we need him and the baker. Like, just to get through these guys, we need our A team.
Good luck.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I was that child that thought Pokemon took too long.
Oh, well, it kind of does.
And then you're like, oh boy, I've gotten all the badges. I can go challenge the Elite Four. And the first boss fight is like, haha, fuck you.
You think that. You think you can challenge the Elite Four, but let me tell you something about that.
You can challenge them, but you won't be a challenge to them.
Yeah, therein is the problem. So...
I did not come prepared with a list of topics.
Oh, I thought you had learned from last time that topics are always needed.
So how about that grocery shopping?
Not a fan. Not a fan of it right now.
Oh.
Well, just it's, and I say that based on just we're back in a terrible cough, cold, and flu season, and despite everyone having in my area at least having an excess of masks, no one is freaking wearing them. So.
Oh, but why would you?
Yeah. Because you're coughing and sneezing and having cold all over the place. It might be a good idea to like not sneeze on my vegetables, please and thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. It was really a nice opportunity to sort of adopt the practice that they do in Japan, where like even if you just have a regular cold, you mask up yourself for the benefit of everyone around you if you have to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And that would have been nice to do, because even without nastier things, just like getting the flu sucks. Like, not a sinus infection, not a cold. Getting the actual flu sucks ass.
Yeah, the straight up flu, I hate it. It is the worst. I had a couple weeks ago, I had a sinus infection, and it was just like, it put me down for just a week or more, and it's like, what am I gonna do? Okay, what the heck? This is... We only turned up the difficulty by like 1 notch, and we're getting our butts absolutely kicked. So,
Bam! Kick it down a notch.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it back down to here, where it was, and like, oh, we still got a bunch of XP for the ones that we killed. So like,
Oh, okay.
despite that, we still killed enough stuff to get experience points, and that's just screwed up.
Well, unfortunately, you hit the cutoff point where we now have 14 raiders instead of 13, so now we're getting a bunch more mechanics.
Oh, that's my mistake. All right, so who are we kicking?
I vote the Feral Druid, which is me, because that way I can leave early.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. That's not an option.
Great work, everyone.
Because you're a lead. We need you.
Ah, following me into anything is dangerous at best.
Well, yes, but you're a class lead. We need you here. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, so like true story, the only reason I was class lead is all the other druids quit.
Okay, well, fair enough then. I can't really
How rude!
This is what I kind of discovered in playing Classic, is you're under this impression that your class lead is like the most informed, best player. No, it's the one that actually logs on consistently.
I am going to neither confirm nor deny that that's the reason that I was a class lead for a while as well. So, I
tried out. It wasn't hardcore. What the hell was it? Season of Mastery for a bit, which was the one where they added more mechanics to everything. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to be a healer again because I heal a lot right now in Lich King because nobody else rolls a healer.
Mm-hmm. Well, why would you roll a healer when, you know?
Yeah. So I'm going to do something that's absolutely brainless. And since my guild isn't playing because they're not interested, I'll just be a free agent.
Okay.
So I rolled a Warlock, which is really easy to level.
Uh-huh.
And Warlock and Druid are, of course, the two least played classes.
Got this.
Of course.
So I found a guild. It was me and one other Warlock, and I was the one who kept logging on.
Which means you are now the class lead.
Well,
Got the advantage.
By being the only Warlock.
I was offered the position. I declined because I discovered they didn't listen to common sense.
Oh. I mean, why should you listen to common sense when you can instead not? Did you consider that?
Well, I mean, in Warcraft, it's really weird because,
So close.
especially in Classic, like everything in Classic, even with the changes that they're making to like Season of Discovery or Hardcore, Season of Mastery, all these things are completely cataloged, and the changes that they're making are not significant enough that old knowledge doesn't help you anymore.
Right.
Like, it's not a completely new game, it's just the old game with a few new systems laid on top. So
Okay.
when I tell you,
Birthday
hey, we're
cake.
fighting birthday cake.
Yeah, okay. We're not fighting birthday cake. Sorry if you're listening to this on a on just your AirPods, and we're not in fact fighting birthday cake.
Is this a podcast?
I mean, so, there are plenty of people that use YouTube as a podcast network, so maybe.
Yeah, so like if you're fighting Onyxia, and it's the old version of Onyxia, the old version of Nyxia does not change across any of these versions of the game.
Right.
And she does that, I mean, you know how Onyxia works because of that stupid animation that went around 20 years ago.
More dots. Okay, stop dots.
Yeah.
That one?
Whelps, left side, even side, it all perfectly tracks to that.
Yeah, okay.
So you fight her for a bit, she goes up in the air, flies around, throws fireballs, comes back down, and you fight her a bit more.
Right.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
When she comes back down, she drops aggro.
Yeah, so you gotta wait for, and she's had enough time while she's up there for all her debuffs to drop. So you gotta get 5 sunders again, yada yada.
Yeah, it's this. Okay, I simplified it a bit. It's you know, if she's flying around, she does the fireballs. She will always fireball the person who's on top of threat, and when she hits them with it, it drops the threat they have. Not all of it, I don't think. I think it's a static amount, and she keeps firing and goes through the threat list and picks whoever's on top, which means your tank immediately loses threat.
Mm-hmm.
This raid team didn't believe me.
Oh, good.
So after a night of them not believing me, and, you know, Nixia landing and immediately walking over and killing somebody because the tank doesn't have threat,
Uh-huh.
I was like, you know what? I'm okay with not doing this. I'm okay with not being in charge of a group of people that won't listen.
Oh, wow. So you just kind of stopped?
This calls for a
Yeah, that was the last night I logged in.
Like I'll never die. I lose my head in the stars.